Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Upper Peninsula Beautiful. My name is Dan. I created this channel just a few days ago. I am very new to any type of social media. I've never done Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of that. I've never watched YouTube videos. I just started watching these videos about a month or two ago. My older brother Josh, who's gone with me a couple times, he's been watching agate YouTube videos for years. He's been watching Agate Dad, Michigan Rocks, and a few others. And he was watching those recently, and then I invited him out to the beach. And I had already had this camera, so I filmed that trip as well as a couple with my son Remington and a couple by myself. And he said, "You've really got to make a YouTube channel. You do the same thing other guys do. You go to cool beaches, you find cool rocks, cool agates, so why don't you make a channel?" So I am making a channel, and the whole premise, the whole idea behind my channel is that I want to be able to take you guys to places that maybe you can't get to on a regular basis. I want to show you the rocks and the beaches and the driftwood. I'm a big wood guy, big driftwood guy. I want you guys to come along with me on my adventures. When Remington comes, it's always fun. You never know what he's going to do or what he's going to find up. As I'm new to the channel, I need a lot of feedback. For the videos that I post, I welcome any comments because I'm new and I can use helpful suggestions. I can take criticism pretty well. Actually, Michigan Rocks and another guy currently rock hounding, Jared, out in Washington, they both watched my videos and gave me the same piece of advice. That is to film sideways and not up and down. They said the panorama view is more easy to watch on TV, on YouTube. So this is the first video that I'm filming sideways. I am going to be showing some of my agate jars in videos to come, some of my shelf agates that I just oil and put on the shelf. Also in videos to come, I'll be showing the driftwood that I get, but I just really want people to be able to see how beautiful Upper Peninsula is, how beautiful Lake Superior is. Of course, my favorite beach, Vermilion, how beautiful that is. I want you guys to be able to go to these places if you can't make it on a regular basis. And like I said, I've been hunting agate since I was roughly 3 or 4 or 5. My older brother and I can't remember the exact first time that we went to Whitefish Point as a family on our family vacation. I thought I was 2 or 3. He thought I was 4 or 5. So anywhere between 2 and 5, I started hunting agates. Like I said, the first year we found quartz. The second year we found banded chert. And then the third year, my dad found his first good agate. That was early 80s, and I have that agate today, and I have the jar today. I thought in this little mini video I would show my family jar that I mentioned in the last video. So this is my family jar. And this big agate that you're looking at right there is the one that my dad found early 80s. It was at, some people call it Wildcat Road, some people call it Township Park. But we were there, we walked east to a little creek, and just past the creek there was a log way up on the beach. And right by the log was this agate. Now after he found this agate, we started something on our trips called the Agate Award. Whoever got the agate got the award. Now, I don't remember what the awards were, but he got the Agate Award with this one. And after that is when I really started coming into my own and finding a lot of agates. And I started getting the Agate Award almost every trip. My mom, she hardly ever found a single agate, and I don't even have an agate that she had found, I'm sorry to say. But I'm going to quick walk you through this jar a little bit. This lighting is going to be tough. That agate down there, if you can see it, let's see if I try, there we go, is one of my prettiest, most beautifully banded agates. This jar, like I said, is my family jar. I've got a water level. I've got pretty banded ones. See if I can do this. This agate right here is the first one my daughter found. She found that and this one the same day at, where was it? Grand Marais. My son actually found, see if I can get it, this one That was his first agate that he found on that trip. He was 5, she was 6. There's a lot of beautiful agates in here. This agate right here came from up in Ontario along the northeastern shore of Lake Superior. That's the best agate I ever found up there. Let's see if I can get this. This one is a paint. It's got different colored bands. It's not translucent. It's kind of a neat agate. This one is pretty darn amazing. Most of these that aren't my family's, all the ones in this jar that are mine, almost all of them came from Whitefish Point. This agate right here is hands down one of the prettiest agates that I've found. It was about 2 ounces, and it is a showstopper. This one above it, I don't know if you can see it, but it's called shadow banding. The bands are so clear and so close together, when you move it, it makes a shadow. This agate right here is one that my brother found at Vermilion. He found that one years ago. This dandy right there is one of the nicest 2.5 ounce agates I've ever seen. This one he found at Township Park on one of our vacations. I was walking ahead of the family. He was only 4 or 5. And he came running up behind me. And right in front of me, he picked it up. I would have found it, but he grabbed it and said, "Oh, is this an agate?" And yeah, it is. It's a showstopper of this jar. This one up there, that gray and red and blue one, he found with me at Vermilion. And we were up heading to the buildings by way of the high beach, up in the sand and the plants and the weeds. And he reaches down and picks us up. And right before he did that, he said, "Hey, can you find agates up here?" And I said, "No, there's no agates up here." Well, you found that one. Let's see who else. Oh, this yellow one is probably one of my other favorite agates. This jar has a lot of my favorites. That sucker was found at Vermilion to the west. It was found in April about 4 years ago, and it's a whopper. There's so many good agates in this jar, I don't know quite where to begin. But anyways, we saw Remington's agate, we saw McKenna's first agates, we saw my dad's agate. There's kind of a, get this cool eye agate. So a lot of guys don't put their agates in jars, and I shared that the last time that I made a video of a jar. They just oil them and stick them on a shelf. Well, for years, all I ever did was put my agates in jars, except for the exceptional, unusual ones. One of these days, I might make a video of one of my first jars I built, and it has a lot of beautiful agates in it, and I might redo the jar, so I might take them out and get to show you them in my hand and show you the different sizes of them. This piece of wood that you're looking at is another piece of wood that came from the 1873 Vermilion Life Saving Station building. I got this piece a few days after I got the piece that I made my sign, and I sanded it and stained it, and I'm giving it to my brother to put some rocks on. I've got a couple agates here I wanted to show you. This one is the most unusual agate that I've ever found. I don't know how well it's going to come out, but the entire thing is eyes. It's kind of a paint agate. It doesn't have any translucency to it. I found this at Vermilion about 4 years ago. It was in June. I walked straight out from the buildings, and it was right in the sand right by the water. I've showed it to a lot of people, and a lot of guys don't much care for it. I think it's pretty darn cool, and it's big. I think it weighs 8 or 10 ounces. This agate is a showstopper. This is the first big agate, it weighs 1/2 pound, that I ever found. I found it at the Township Park, the summer of '96. It was in the summer. There hadn't been any wind or waves, but it was in the water, just staring at me. Again, this thing is awesome. And then here's my piece of driftwood that you saw before. I love my driftwood. I might, in a minute, take you over to the front of the house and show you some of my other pieces of driftwood that I've gotten over the years. But I just really wanted to build this channel. I'm working on it. I'm getting some feedback, but I want you guys to have a good time, and I want you to find some cool stuff. So if there's a place that you'd like me to go, let me know. I'll see if I can work it into my schedule. My gas money is limited. I go to Vermilion a lot because it's the closest and the cheapest, but I do want to get to some other beaches this fall. If there's some content that you'd like me to add, leave a comment. If there's some content you would like me to delete, leave a comment. I know that I've done a lot of filming of the beach rocks and less filming of people. I need to work on that. There's a lot of things I need to work on, but with your help, I can make a pretty cool channel. Let's go see some of my driftwood that I brought home over the years. So this first piece in the corner, and this lighting is going to be kind of a bear, is a piece that I picked up at Vermilion. It's a long, skinny piece. Lots of knots, lots of character. This piece, very unusual. Absolutely love it. Oh, you'll see a couple of my birdhouses made from barnwood. Now, I didn't make those, but I think they're pretty cool, and also some more beach rocks that I picked up. This one, when it's wet, it has a lot of grain, and it's really pretty. Not real big. This guy is probably one of my favorites. It's good 3 feet tall. It's got lots of knots. It's super thin. It's just the outside of the log. It might have been a piece that was cut off. Who knows? But it's one of my favorites. This guy, it's got some burl on it, if you can see that. Kind of cool. Pretty weathered. Couple of small little pieces. They're covered in sawdust right now. I've been building a walnut live edge coffee table with a burned in scripture verse, and my front porch currently is my workshop. Actually, here's my table that I've been building. I put the legs on with dowels yesterday. I had done the staining on the legs a couple days ago. It took 4 or 5 coats on each of the legs. I had to do one side 4 or 5 days and flip them over, do the other side. Today, I put the first coat of stain on the bottom. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful live edge walnut coffee table. I will show you the top when it's done and stained. You can see my scripture verse. Then my last piece of driftwood right over here. All these came from Vermilion. Some of them I hiked a mile, some of them 2. I'm going to go back to my agate jar real quick. All right, I'm back. I forgot this one down there. Let's see if I can get this. That blue nodule is absolutely gorgeous. There's so many in this jar that are really pretty, but of course my dad's agate is super, super special. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of who I am and what I want to do and why I'm wanting to build a YouTube channel. I hope you guys will be able to come on some of our adventures. I'm hoping to be able to take Remington on a couple more trips. My daughter McKenna says she wants to go. She's 9, Remington's 8. She's 9 and isn't really into rock counting as much as she was when she was 6 and 7. See if there's anything else in this jar I want to show you. This banded red and white and water level is a showstopper. And then this one up here is also very pretty colors. This big one down here in the bottom, I didn't know if I wanted to put in. It's a solid agate. I think it's almost 5 ounces. It does have some quartz, but wasn't sure if I wanted to put it in the jar. Oh, I forgot about this guy. That one you're looking at right in the middle of your screen. Let's see if I can get this better. It's a tube agate. It's got big tubes that go down into it. That one's pretty cool. Well, again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming along to my channel. Leave me some comments and I will try to make my videos better. I'll try to get some stuff on there that you as the audience would like to see. And I'll continue to post more single agates, and let me know what you think. Have a good afternoon. Thanks for watching Upper Peninsula Beautiful.